I was born in Albania. I lived there till I was 5 years old, so it wasn't a long time, but that's when I started to, enjoy horticulture. My father and my mother were all farmers, especially on my father's side. We farmed, potatoes, corn, beans, all the, sustainable food crops. Then we came to America when I was 5. I just turned 5, and then we lived in Brooklyn, so it was just urban settings, and I hated it so much because it just felt congested. I couldn't, breathe that well. I didn't like it at all. Then, moved a decade or two later. I came to Philly. So when I moved to Philly, we had a nice house, moderately nice, that had a small patch of land in the back as a yard. It was concrete, so I decided to take out the concrete with my dad and start planting just a few tomatoes and a few peppers, just small, just to have them handy and not go to the store. Then we moved again, and this time we moved into a very nice suburban house, and we just took the whole backyard and just converted it into a mini farm that I spent so much time in and thoroughly enjoyed it. If I plant it, I will nurture it because I'm the one who essentially started the growing process. Alone, it's just a seed with the nutrients inside. Without me planting it, it will not grow, essentially. I have to take care of it. And you develop some sort of bond with it, of the plants you grow. So if one of them will, dry up, you get a little depressed for a short period of time. Like, you spend so much time on it. Why is it just failing? But when you nurture it back to health, you get excited because look, it survived. I did it. It's alive still. So it does feel like a nurturing process. Well, inevitably they're gonna just wither up and just die. But it's what they do in the meantime that gives you the greatest satisfaction because you're nurturing them, and then as they grow, they'll give you the fruit of their labor, of your labor and their labor. They will. The time you put in, they'll show it. The plants will give it back, essentially, because that's what I found. You spend so much time with the peppers and the tomatoes and the cucumbers. They'll reward you essentially with the fruit that they bear. And at the end, it's their time to they're done. It's just a cycle. And then next season you take the seeds that they left and just repeat the process. I do communicate with plants, but not to a sense of hey Steve, hey Don, hey Bill. But it's when I'm making my rounds at either the end of the day or in the morning, just to see what happens, or if any deer came and just rip my plants. Side note, they do, and they piss me off because I don't like spraying chemicals to hurt them, but I have to keep watching to see because they're hurting my plants. Anyway, so I do go and just check on them, and if I go and when I approach the plant, I'm like, everything's doing good, you guys are good, everything's good. And then, I just go in between them. If a pepper's slouching, I get a stick in time. Like, all right, we're gonna make this better, we're gonna make it straight. If they produce a lot of fruit, I'm like, you guys did great, this is great. I do communicate as the group, not as an individual, give them a personality. I have so many fruit trees that, they have their own, not personality, but they have their own presence in a way. That this apple tree is known for, leaves just falling early, or this one is known for, developing, leaves early. So you have personality. They have their own personality. I mean, I've had two walnuts that had some insect damage, a hazelnut that had been snapped in half, a pear that had been snapped in half, and a peach that was snapped in half. So I took care of each one of them, and they made great recoveries, and they all survived. And they after that, the next season they would just explode with growth. So I think that's it's a positive thing. Yeah, because you actually see what it takes for plants to grow and how much time and effort. Because plants grow so slowly. Trees grow even slower than that. And when you see people cut down, forests and destroy ecosystems, it just gets you all depressed, and you feel like a deeper connection because you have, you dealt with growing in agriculture. So with trees that last for years and centuries, it's an extension of you. Well, one time, one of my hazelnut trees, it was just a year old, so it was still young. I just got it. It was two, so I just got one of them. I just got the other one. And they were planted side by side, about 8 feet from each other. So a storm came in and knocked a log over one of them and just snapped it at the base. And I'm like, oh, this is just bad. So I decided to, do my best and try to solve it, to heal it. So take manure and take the compost and just try to put so much nutrients around it, tape it up, put clay around where it hurt, like it's exposed to elements, and then wait. A couple weeks later, the top one fell off, but a little bud was growing. I will nurture this forever, and then it's the season it grew up. It started from this to grow up to this now. Wow. Same with my pomegranate tree. First winter, it died, but now it's 2 feet of growth. You experience that you're pissed off, that why, and you're angry with the world. You're like, why? It's just a defenseless tree. Take me. It's proven. I think it's proven that when plants are withered up and need water, they develop. There is a sound that they produce. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I have to be pondered again, but I don't think they feel what we perceive as pain in a sense of the word. But I do feel like they do get hurt. The planting is rewarding in itself. It relieves so much stress. Great exercise, the fresh air. And at the end, when it's harvesting time, you are rewarded with plentiful fruit if you did it right. But if that's my take of it. I've had years of experience doing it right, but I find planting, growing, gardening plants just so relaxing in a sense, because you're just one with them. They're just enclosed with you.